sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life would never be the same. I done prayed that I would make it bring glory to my name. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special episode of Uncle Strib. Today we have Mimi, we have Justin, we have Nice Guy Nate, and we have yours truly, Uncle Strib. Today is a panel edition for Uncle Strib where I have a preset of 9 questions. We're going to go through, answer the 9 questions with they're all opinion based. There's no right or wrong answer, just your personal preference. And then we're kind of just going to dive into why we chose the answers we chose. And then, it's pretty much an open conversation, an intellectual exchange of opinions. And if we get sidetracked, we get sidetracked. Don't be afraid to just go left because I'll reel us back in. But I think first, let's go ahead and get started. I want everybody to introduce themselves. For the new watchers or listening, because we're officially on YouTube now. If you guys are watching this YouTube, I appreciate it. If you're listening or watching on a podcast platform, I appreciate that as well. But just for the new listeners or this people's first episode, I want you guys to go ahead and introduce yourselves. Just your name and then a fun fact. Not to be nothing crazy.
Okay. My name is Nathan, and my favorite anime is Hunter x Hunter.
My name is Justin, and I also like anime. Right now I'm in the middle of watching 7 Deadly Sins.
Who's going? I need to get back on that.
My name is Mia, and I'm really into Hello Kitty.
All right, and this is Mocha. He is the mascot of this podcast. And I am Uncle Strib. I'm a man of many talents and a master of a few. But, all right, let's get straight into these questions. And just as a reminder, it's okay to speak up or project your voice. Because I'm not 100% sure how the audio is working.
Okay.
But, if you think you're yelling, it's fine.
Okay.
All right, question number 1. We're going to start off. So the questions range anywhere from controversial topics, and some are political, maybe depending on how you are, if you're political or not. But some are a little more controversial in society and topics. Others are not so controversial. So I'm going to start off light, and let's just go with, if you could be a part of any other culture besides your own, which one would it be? And I guess we'll alternate and go, Mia, you're going to start this way, and then I'll start the next question. We'll just go back and forth.
That is a good question.
Can you give us time to think, or
You can pass, and then we'll come back to you.
Pass.
And then you started, Mr.
All right, I'll start this one then.
Yeah.
And we all know my answer. You guys are Mexican. My answer is, if I could be part of any other culture, it's definitely Hispanic culture. If I had to get a different answer, since most of these people know me, it would be Japanese, because I am as well into anime, but definitely Mexican culture.
I guess I'll go next. I identify as majority black for the most part, but I am mixed, and it'd be kind of cool to be able to be more into my the Korean part of my family, because I'm not interested. I'm not a part of that at all.
Right.
And my family don't really do much about it. It's not really a whole lot of Korean talk or Korean culture. It's majority just black.
Right.
So we didn't really pull out into the Korean stuff. But it'd be cool to be able to be back into that or get into it at all.
Honestly, I think it's totally just because of JDM cars be more Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I just love their cars, and just knowing more about it, and maybe even building my own. That'd be pretty cool to me.
All right.
I don't have one too.
Well, you gotta answer. Come on, we know the answer.
Black.
We know the answer.
I guess, since I don't have an answer.
That's close enough.
That answer took me out of.
All right. Now, question number 2. This is setting the tone for pretty much the rest of the show. Early dating stage. Early dating, right? So not months in, early. Who pays for the date? Does the man always pay for the date? Now, this isn't date number 1. That's the caveat. It's not date number one.
So we're like
It's
weeks in.
it's weeks in. Who pays for the date at this point? Is the man always paying for the date, or is it the person whose idea it was?
So is this like second or third?
However you want to look at it.
I say we'll do like, if it's weeks in, I say like fourth date. Fourth date is usually like the good, like.
If that's how you want to, you guys set the preference however you
From
want.
your perspective?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to go the fourth date, what's your answer at the fourth date?
Pretty sure we're starting this way this time.
Well, I'll go.
Okay.
Well, so early stages on, I'm a strong believer in like, you know, being a gentleman and chivalry and all that.
Mhm.
So I would say that I would pay, but if the idea came up of like maybe the girl, you know, saying like, hey, like I'll go half, or, you know, or I'll get this one this time because you got the last like couple.
Right.
Like I would be open to it, but at the end of the day, I'll probably just do half, or I'll just pay myself.
Okay. That's fair.
Are you ready?
Yeah. I mean, I think most guys are gonna probably say the same thing as like, in the beginning of it, it's all like chivalry kind of thing. Be a gentleman is coming out of your pocket, but probably like I assume 3 dates in, you know, probably like a month and a half of talking. At that point, I assume that she'll probably even just offer. At that point,
Right.
she'll probably just offer.
I hope so.
Like for the most part, that it gets to that point. As long as she's enjoying your time and your company, she'll be willing to offer. If she doesn't offer, she's probably just using you for a free good time. I mean, you know, whatever she gets out of it, and that she likes to take from it for free. So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
I agree, but as my perspective, I grew up on like the man like paying for everything and stuff like that. But if I offer and stuff, like I'll pay for it. Like I don't have an issue paying half, or like you take this night. I don't think it matters how long y'all been talking and stuff. Well, to you it does.
Go ahead.
Look, I'm gonna say this right now. If she asks me on the date, I'm not paying shit. But look, wait. Before I get canceled, I'll say this. 9 times out of 10, in society, the man usually asks the woman out on the date. Even if she wants to go on a date with them, she's going to throw signals to get him to ask her on the date.
Yeah, she's never gonna say it.
Right. I have no problem paying for the date. Right? I have no problem. Because especially if I'm on the ass, let's go do this, yeah, cool. But I have been in certain situations where she asking me to take her out. Or basically, she's asking me to take her out. And it's like, if you're asking, she comes with that, she's basically, let's go do something. Oh, let's go do this. She's asking me out on the date at that point, right? But she wants me to pay? Oh, you got me fucked up. But that's me. Now, there are certain situations though. Early dating, yeah.
I think.
But that's me. Now, again, I have no problem paying. And if we're going on dates, I'm going to always offer the pay. But the moment she says, I got it, I give her one, are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
She gets one. So, are you sure?
Yeah, okay.
She's like, you know, sometimes they test you.
Yeah.
They'll test you. Oh, I got it. No, I got it. He goes, no, I got it. Are you sure? He's like, nah. But she's making sure how chivalrous you're going to be. You get one from me. You get one. Are you sure? As soon as she says yes to the are you sure? You got it.
Yeah.
Here's the bill.
Hey.
You got it.
Yeah.
Are you saying like, are you sure because like you're not wanting to do?
No, I'm
times?
saying, are you sure in the sense of,
You feel like
I'm seriously asking, I'm seriously saying I'm going to pay. And if she says, I'm willing to pay, I'm not here to play games. If you're testing me, I ain't got time for that. I've already said I'm paying. I got the card on the table for the check. And the moment she says, I got it, or I'll take care of it, you get one, are you sure? Because that way, if she does say, I got it, I just say, okay, then it does look bad.
Yeah.
But I give her one, are you sure? Like, it's no problem, I got it. No, I got it. All right. You messed up. If she was a test, you fucked up. Because
I'm not gonna fight with you about it.
Because another thing is, especially now, there are women that are like, you know, feel super independent. They want to have this sense of, like we all do, of independence. So I've actually been on a date where the first date she offered to pay. I thought it was a test. I'm like, no, I got it. She's like, no, I got it. I was like, are you for real right now? She's like, no, I for real got it. I literally was like, no, you're joking. Like, it's a test. Because if I let you pay, she gonna write me off. We literally sat for 5 minutes. I was like, you're dead serious? You for real? Like, you want to pay for real? It's the first date. Like, sure? She's like, yeah, I got it. And I was like, all right. Like, it caught me off guard. Because there are some, it's like, you know, I'm independent enough to pay for the bill too, yada, yada. But yeah.
What if, like a side question, what if, like you said, the girl asks you out to go do XYZ, right? You go do that, and then she's like, hey, like, are you hungry? Like, we should go eat afterwards. Would he play into role of like, okay, cool, she'll pay for this, and I'll pay for that kind of thing?
I would probably just straight up ask personally. I'm a very, very upfront person. And I'd just be like, well, honestly, if she took me out, we did something, and then she would go, I got it, let's go, I'll get it. Because if she did that, oh yeah, that's no problem. Yeah, because at that point, I feel bad if we went golfing and bowling, and then she took me out to eat. I'm like, well, shit, I want to pay something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being princess for the day.
Passenger princess.
I mean, I guess it depends on how long you guys are in a relationship at that point. Then.
But this is early, remember?
Okay.
So I'm thinking first week, like either date.
Yeah,
for me, I was thinking date maybe 2, 3, sometimes 1, depending. But yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
It's tough.
I guess because at that point, like, at that it was like
probably
like half a year in.
In my head, if we go on 10 dates and you haven't even offered to pay for one, like, it's not a red flag, and I don't mind it, but in my head, I'm like...
It would feel nice if you offered.
Yeah, it would feel nice. You know, guys like to be pampered, too, every now and then, right? Go get my nails done.
I feel like it's fair.
Yeah. Is that it for question 2?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Question number 3. Ooh. Do men have a say-so in women's bodies?
No.
This is a very... Yeah, go ahead, just kick us off, Mia.
No.
Why not?
Y'all don't go through the same pain as we do, like periods and stuff like that. Like, no, giving birth, none of that. Like, y'all should have no say. Like abortions, like, come on now, no.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I basically agree. Cause
it's like, how are you gonna not allow a girl that got raped to not have the choice to keep the baby or not? It's like, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, who gives a fuck?
I think it's wild that, you know, I'm not political whatsoever, but, you know, during the whole, you know, especially the state of Texas, during the whole, they banning abortions and all this stuff and pro-choice, pro-life, whatever. It's just crazy to me that the people making the laws for a specific group of people that's affecting, nobody from that group is actually in those positions of power to make decisions for that group. That's like that's like making legislation for African Americans to help African Americans, but no African Americans are represented in that group of, it's like making decisions for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like
why don't all men get a vasectomy?
Yeah, you could do that. It's reversible, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Or just wear a condom too.
Throwing all the kids in the dumpsters, babies, adopting and stuff like that, homeless shelters and shit.
It gets wild. It gets vastly complicated. Because you have overturning of legislation and stuff. Then it's a slippery slope into overturning of other stuff. Did you answer?
No, not yet. I mean, I don't disagree with the fact that it's like we don't really have much of a say.
I always say I just don't have an opinion.
I don't really think it should even be a question, to be honest.
That's
not like when you ask, but just like
in
general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I guess there's a difference. Like if she's your friend and like she's out hoeing and stuff like that, and you're like letting her know like, hey, like take care of your body and stuff like that. Like that's different. But like you letting her know to change something.
I guess like the only like quote unquote caveat / like loophole kind of thing that I would look at in the topic would be when a girl gets, or like when they get pregnant and say the guy doesn't want the baby but the girl wants to keep it. But the girl is fully in the control there, and even though the guy doesn't want it, and say, I mean, I understand that, you know, it was their it was his responsibility to, or their responsibility to do it safely and not get pregnant. But they got to the point, regardless. And so, but she can still hold him financially responsible, despite
him not wanting it.
Exactly. But despite her being 100% in control of being able to have it,
Right.
if she keeps it, that's like the only kind of caveat / loophole I would think about where it comes to like.
Right.
I think it's a legislative problem though, because I know Dave Chappelle made a joke on it, but you know most jokes have some truth to them. But he was saying if to that point, if a girl decides to have it, which is fine, that's her right. But if the man, because at the end of the day,
it takes two people.
It takes two people. Mm-hmm. So physically, it's their body, it's their vessel that's mainly affected, but there is a man indirectly affected. Mm-hmm. So there is an effect. But it's her body, her decision. She can have the baby. If the man doesn't want a baby, he made a joke to where if she decides to keep it, then the man shouldn't be held accountable for child support if he didn't want it. So yada yada. And then also that gets super dicey. This is a very political question, and I'm not political, so.
And that would be the only. That's why I said that's the only caveat I would think about in the.
And I'm sure there's some political scientists that could go like how complicated that gets with that. I don't know, but
that's not here.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like it's no different than you getting a tattoo. Your body, you got the right to go get a tattoo if you want. Yeah. Same concept, just in a different aspect of life with females, and them wanting to keep it or not, or whatever.
Well, yeah, in that sense, yeah, we don't have a right to say anything. But in the caveat that I made, I feel like there should be, like you said, maybe some kind of legislation where it kind of protects not only the mother but both also the father, you know.
To play devil's advocate, what would be the caveat to the inverse of that? The man wants to keep it, but the woman wants to abort it. Then that's just, well, I guess that wouldn't have a caveat.
No, I mean that's
because there's
that's her
decision. Never mind. She just pays for it, the abortion. He doesn't have to pay, right?
Well, that's still the same thing. That he doesn't have to be financially. He doesn't have to be financially responsible for anything.
Yeah, there's no there.
So it's the same. It's the same.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
Is that it for question 3?
Uh-huh.
We all satisfied? All right. Number 4. What is success?
For me, success, me personally, is not living check by check, to check. That is my one and only goal in life, to not have to live check by check. Especially like from my childhood, how I grew up, and not having this or not having money and not being able to do A, B, and C, and having to work at a very young age. Like, that's all I want.
Right, that's good. Anybody want to go next? Volunteer? We can go out of order at this point. Whenever you're ready.
When I feel comfortable with and secure in my finances, or just life just in general. Like all my assets are in order. I don't have any liabilities that exceed my assets, and etc. Like there's no. I'll have something to lose, but I'll have more in my pocket than I have right now.
Right.
Just in general, just in life, like more, not just money, but more things to hold my attention, because I fucking can't pay attention to shit, and I be losing focus. Well, I mean, I don't lose focus, but I be focused on too many things at once.
Get sidetracked.
Yeah. And then but not just money, but also like connections, the people I talk to, the people I know, the people that they know, the people that I can try to because I want to create a network security company, which, I mean, everybody has information on the internet. So everybody that I talk to has everybody that they talk to, and I would be able to connect through them to be able to try to push my business through a whole network of people. So I want just comfort and to be able to excel in the field that I choose. That's success to me.
I think success to me would be like how y'all are saying, like being comfortably and like not living check by check and like being achieve your goals that you have planned out and stuff, and like honestly not working for under a business or under somebody and like just making your own money. I think that's about it. And being mentally happy and not dealing with your own demons and being able to say that you kind of did it and
Right.
dig yourself out that hole that you were in or whatever. I think that's what success would be for me.
Yeah, for me, pretty much the same. Just definitely getting to the point, career-wise, doing what I love. I'm not quite doing that yet, even though, I mean, I am in a sense, but as a grad student. But getting into my career, I've been in school pretty much my entire life. You want to count like K through 12, then 4.5 for undergrad, and I've been in grad school since 2014, or I've been in grad school since 2018, so I've been in school for a long time. I'm ready to just get in my career, doing what I love, which is education, community service, giving back, fitness, podcasting. That's pretty much it. Just getting in my career, doing that, and then I feel like the financial stuff will come with that. If I'm just doing what I love and don't view it as a job or a chore, and just as a career, and just doing that as long as I could possibly do it. Yeah.
And you're doing it.
Kind of.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
We're all
Slowly
getting there.
but surely.
We're all fucking young, so
And then people call out for work. But
it's kind of weird how the perspective of us being as young as we are, and we still think, or a lot of us, not even just us, just in this room,
just
but
our
just in
age
general,
group. Yeah.
how a lot of us think that we're like not where we should be yet. Like people, like I saw a video or a statistic. I don't know if it was an article or a video of somebody saying that most men, I think it was just a men's statistic, are in negatives and owe money until they're like up until like 33. The average person doesn't have like an actual beneficial asset like amount or like how much they hold
Right.
to their name to a positive until the age of 33. The average man.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. 33. That's a lot of time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm almost there, but
But a lot of people our age will think like we're not where we should
We're like-
be.
yeah.
And like we're stuck.
bullshit. and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I don't have enough time or shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not there yet and all that. So
That makes sense. Anybody want to add anything else on that? Success. Because this is going to be a successful podcast brought to you by. We don't have any sponsorships at the moment.
I was gonna say, who?
I'll tell you guys off air. All right. Question 5. Are you born to be great, or is it something you can learn? And this doesn't have to be sports, just life. Great people that are just great at what they do, great in life, or just got that it factor in terms of just going and getting it. Whether they work at HEB, Pizza Hut, Shoe Palace.
Is it wrong to say both?
If that's how you feel, can you elaborate on that?
So, like you said, are you born to be great, or is it something you learn? If you really think about it, there's people in the world that are born into very wealthy families, or born into, like, let's say NBA players. Their
Right.
kids are born with the ability to be an
Right.
NBA player
Right.
off the rip because of the genes.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a part that are born to be great and a part to learn. Like, normal people like us, like working at Shoe Palace. Obviously, we're working there because we're not in a wealthy family. I'm not personally.
Right.
So I'm here working, trying to learn, get more knowledge to be great at something or be great at anything I do.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think it's both. It just depends where you come from. Now, I'm not saying like the people that are born in wealth have a head start. They kind of do, but it's not impossible for someone so low to get where they are.
Right.
It might take a little longer, but they can both get to the end result. That's just how I see it.
Anybody else ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with what Justin said for the most part. Because I mean, you can think about it like, what is it? The dude from Shark Tank, is it O'Leary?
Mr.
No.
Wonderful?
No, not him. The dude who grew up throwing newspapers on a bike.
Mark?
Yeah, him.
Mark Cuban?
Mark Cuban, yeah. So you can think about Mark Cuban, and then you can think about people like Donald Trump. So Donald Trump was born in a family who was kind of, I mean, I'm not going to say he's a great person, but he was technically born to succeed. Born into success.
Can I pause you?
Oh, go ahead.
Are we saying Donald Trump's great?
No, I just said that.
No, but I'm not saying a great person, but is he great? Like, I don't consider him great. Now, he's wealthy. I don't, wealth aside, I don't think he's great at all. Like,
in our perspective, he's not great. And to somebody else, he can't be considered. It's all subjective.
True enough.
So,
I think he's cash flow poor, but that's fine.
In terms of his stature and where he stands in society, he can be considered great to other people. Not me. Not you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about you two, but no, okay. So nobody in this room. Mocha? No, I'm just playing. But none of us in this room.
We're not even entertained with this conversation.
None of us in this room would be like saying that he's great, but somebody else, outside can say he's great.
Okay.
So
true enough.
But that guy was born into success versus like Mark Cuban was born. I mean, I don't
nothing.
As far as I know, he was born into absolutely nothing, and he's a multi-billionaire.
Yeah, right.
Owner of a basketball team.
Yeah.
And whatever else philanthropist, is that the word?
Yeah, and entrepreneur.
That.
Yeah.
And then
all of it.
Like,
yeah.
just crazy.
Matrix.
At a very high level, and can be considered great to men. So, it's like I said, I agree with him. You can be born to be great / succeed, and it can be learned, and you can work for it, and you can get there by
learning.
Yeah, just breaking through the walls.
You want me to go? Mm-hmm. Here's my thing. I've pondered this question because I made this list about a week ago. And this question I've really been thinking about. Because at first I would say both. First I did say both. But you know how I am. I got to poke holes in my own logic to really debate with myself. And at first I was saying both because there's some people, that are born into it to be great, yada, yada, yada. But I'm starting to, after thinking about it for a week, I'm starting to lean onto, I think, all across all aspects, maybe a few outliers, I think it's all learned. Because even people born into that success, they've learned through watching, let's say, their father created this successful, great company that does a lot of great stuff. That child born into it is getting firsthand knowledge on what it takes to be great firsthand. That's why I do think like athletes that are born into NBA athletes, they're kids. Yes, they have the genes, but there are plenty of NBA players that have kids that basketball are not shit. Now, I'm not saying they're not great because I don't want to confuse greatness with like athleticism. Just great in terms of life. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be an NBA player to be great.
Yeah. Just
because your dad played in the NBA and you don't mean you're not great. Just are you taking that same work ethic and hard determination mindset they had to put it somewhere else? Like Snoop Dogg's son, I believe, was it Snoop Dogg's son? Somebody's son, Snoop Dogg or Shaq or somebody, was a fantastic basketball player. But he didn't want to do basketball, he wanted to be a photographer. But he's still doing the damn thing in photography because it's that same mindset and determination that you put in the sports you just put in the life. So I think it's all learned. It's just some people have a head start being born into the wealth or being born into successful backgrounds or successful households. They get firsthand. Also, it's easier. It comes easier. And they have the connections already there to just skyrocket them. Versus somebody starting at the bottom, they got to go out of their way to learn it. Or their parents might be instill into them something that they wish they learned early. They get it and they got to get it from the ground up. That's what I am starting to lean towards, because I do get the idea of some people being born into it, but I think there are people that are born into that situation and still just be nothing, or turn up being, I don't want to say people are nothing, but not great. We know people that just go through life kind of mundane, content with being average, and that's not great. And I think there are people that are born into these successes. They get kind of laid back. Oh, my parents got money. I'm just gonna chill, not do nothing. They just ride their coattails. They didn't learn the thing. Or no, I'm about to open up a can of worms. But yeah, I'm gonna just cap it off right there.
I agree with the learning part, because like there's a lot of people that don't grow up with the money, and like they have to learn from the bottom to the start,
Right.
and they learn from anything from the back to the hand, and most of them end up being like super successful. So like I feel agree with the learn, but I also lean with the other side, because a lot of people are very privileged and with the money and everything.
Yeah.
Like how your parents were like, how you were saying like how your brother's like really good with the gaming and stuff. So your parents were like, hey, like I'll put you to college if you're gonna be successful, if you're really gonna want to do this. Like
Right.
he's gonna have to start learning other things and be
Right.
successful with it. So it has like learning to it.
I just poked a hole in my own logic. I'm not gonna go there though. Do you want to add?
I was
something?
gonna say the whole like you said how people just like are born into it and just kind of coast life because they don't gotta really do anything because their parents have money.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's one way, but also like they can be born into greatness and get completely sidetracked with something else that's not good for their life. Like let's say they start getting addicted to like gambling,
Right.
and then that greatness can turn into like not nothing, but they're not gonna reach full potential because they just take a different path in life and
Right.
it's not great no more.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So, now the more that you think about it, I mean, I'm probably gonna think about this question a lot now. It could be a lot learning, like you said, maybe more learning than being born, but at this moment, I think I'm still kind of in between.
In between, yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about it all week. But alrighty. Ooh, question 6. Is America really the best country in the world? Brought to you by Americans.
Have y'all seen that video?
What?
Of like that, it's like a show or something, but it's like a bunch of like college professors, and they're like in the front, and like some girl or like a guy asks him,
Yeah.
and that's when like he's like, oh, I'll pass, and like
And
he
they're
gives like a bullshit answer,
and then she was like,
and
no,
that's
for
when the guy's
real.
like, I want a for real answer, and that's when he starts going off with the stats.
He's
and
like,
stuff
oh,
like
number
that.
1 obese state, number 1 child,
right,
morbidity.
shootings,
Oh yeah, he goes in on it.
Yeah, I seen videos like that, and that's why I'm like, I don't know how we can think that it's the greatest when you see things like that and people are pointing it out that
We stole
we
this
literally
land.
are not
Oh,
the greatest. We're bottom at all these different stats, and it's like
we.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, come on now. Come on now.
Like how I said the other day, like we didn't cross the border, the border crossed us.
Right. This is another question I thought
was
about.
in Cali, was in Texas.
Yeah, this is another question I thought about for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what I came down to thinking this question is, it's not the best country. Well, I mean, we deep down we know it's not the best. It's my favorite though.
Cause we're
That's what I'll say.
basically.
I'm a proud American. It's cool being here. Being black, it's dangerous, but it's cool being, But it's not the best country, but it's my favorite because this is home, and land of the free, home of the brave. Now the free can't come home. The land I'm not gonna go there.
I was gonna say
I'm not gonna go there, but we're somewhat a free country, and
there's different expectations and standards, and
right.
different countries. So that's
What I do like though, and this is gonna be to people that don't understand how America works, and some people are gonna get offended by this, but I think that the fact that this country is built on capitalism. Now we be careful. Now you gotta be careful. But if you know what you're doing, the fact this this country is built off of capitalism, you can literally create your own whatever, your own destiny. You can start it. It's not easy, but you can start a business, or you can find a way to make money for yourself, working for yourself, to live a better life. it could be a side job that brings you in enough extra money to do the things you want financially. Or, you know, if you're very good with crafts, you can make stuff and sell on the side, or you can start your own business outright. In terms of that, financially, it's one of the best. I think it's one of the best companies. I keep saying companies. I'm sorry. It's one of the best.
Work mode.
I know. It's one of the best countries in terms of opportunity to better your opportunity. I think that's what it's really for. Because if you know, I talk to immigrant people. Well, I'm not gonna say that all the time, but I do have immigrant friends, and they talk about their parents came here for a better opportunity. That's pretty much the common denominator with people coming in here from all across the world is they came here for a better opportunity. You look at all the like Mark Cuban's from America, but Robert oh man, I forget his last name, but he's on Shark Tank. Robert and Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary, they're this is all these big entrepreneurs that are super successful that are immigrants. A lot of them tell that their family had nothing in a specific country. They packed up everything they had. They found a way to get here. Most of the time, it wasn't as easy to get a plane ticket covered. But they had to find a way to get here. Got here, started from the bottom as a janitor, custodian, whatever you want to call it. Worked their way up, working 3, 4, 5, 7 jobs to get their kids right. And now their kids had the opportunity. They're multi-billionaires, millionaires. So that's what I do appreciate about America. But yeah. Sorry, I'm at an advantage because I've been thinking about these questions all week.
No.
But I think that's a good point. Like you said, like we were saying, all these stats, of course, look at it on paper, maybe we're not the best, but us living here, us knowing the country,
Right.
we do have a lot of opportunities.
Right.
So, yeah. I don't know.
Mr. Harris? Oh, he finna go in on America.
No.
You think this country's the...
I mean, I agree. We have good opportunities here, but I'm not gonna say we're a good country at all.
No.
We got a whole lot of fucking.
Oh, yeah,
problems
yeah,
we
for sure,
need to
for sure.
definitely sort out.
For sure.
I mean, I'm not gonna even talk about the actual issues because that's a bunch of them. But I mean, there is a place that I would consider that be something, or some place that'd be better to live in than America. That is statistically.
What, Canada?
No.
Oh.
Norway.
Oh, yeah.
Norway is, I think, statistically, the best country to live in. Like the safest. It has not like the taxes aren't ridiculous.
They got black people in Norway?
No, not a whole lot of them, but apparently life there is not bad at all. So
I'll have to talk to a few of them.
in terms of, I mean, you can. I just watched a video on it somewhere. So
YouTube?
probably.
You know
TikTok, probably.
TikTok
huh?
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You can watch the video on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, you guys can watch this video on YouTube as well. But yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely, I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's not bad. But it's not great. You know what I'm saying?
Average.
Now, we are a group of minorities sitting here. I'm sure a Caucasian man from Wisconsin or Minnesota might have a different opinion, but you know, it's fine. This is our opinions. That's what we're here. It's all about opinions.
That white man from Texas would have blazed us on this conversation.
Well, you know, he needs to be careful because the boy from Tennessee. You guys are welcome. The ones that don't get it, don't worry about it. If you know, you know. David Crocker's from Tennessee. It's a history lesson. He helped free Texas from the Mexican American War.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
615. 615. Nashville, baby. Shout out to the Guard 615. We're holding it down. Did you answer? I don't remember.
She kicked it off. With the,
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tripping. So everybody answered? All right. That was question 6, right?
Yes.
Question 7, which is one of the things I plan on changing when I get into my philanthropy, whatever you want to call it. Why is financial literacy, typo. Why does financial literacy seem to be not a non-priority in American curriculum? Specifically like high school curriculum. And why is it not a priority? Even though I think like being able to do taxes, learning how to budget, learning finance, that's probably the most important thing you should know as a young, especially a young adult in college or fresh out of college. That's vitally important to literally living in America.
So you're talking about like what you said, and like you said, learning how to budget, building your credit,
Right.
stuff that. Like that. Like why it's not important in high school?
Yeah, or at least in the state of Tennessee.
No, it's
that
not,
was
it's not.
okay. I was about to say, I know some states are
It's
different.
everywhere. Probably.
Yeah, but I'm saying why do you think it's not a priority for them to have some type of financial literacy curriculum that you should like take a financial literacy 1, 2, 3 all through high school? Just a semester class.
I don't know if there's like different programs now that maybe like kind of show them the ways.
Oh yeah, I've been in high school for a while.
Yeah, me too. So I know there's like a lot of new programs, a lot of new things that schools are doing, but let's talk about when I was in school, there was nothing. And I kind of think it was just, they were just preparing people for the workforce, preparing you to go to a job, 5-6 days out of the week, staying there X amount of hours. It's like, there was no thought of, like we should show them how to do the credit, or build this so they can buy a house or do this, like it kind of felt like the world was okay with everybody struggling and not knowing how to become in a position where you don't have to worry about financial stuff like that. All they were worried about is like, is this man gonna make it to college? Is this person gonna make it, find a job where you can be successful, is gonna find a career, like they were just thinking about the first step. They weren't thinking about all the next ones in order to keep you successful.
Right.
So I don't know, like that's just how I see it. Now I wish they would have taught me that kind of stuff because, building credit's not easy. You got to know how to do it, what to do, and then buying a house, buying a car, like.
Right. You know what's crazy? When I was in high school, they actually would use scare tactics to prevent. They would literally play this like propaganda of like credit cards are bad. Now, granted, credit card debt it's bad. Like if you get into serious credit card debt, it will ruin you. But at the same time, you have to have credit. If you want to buy a house, you have to have credit.
And they're always saying never get loans, never take out loans.
Right. Like that's I feel like instead of them using like scare tactics to get people, like I know people that are scared to get credit cards. Which, okay, yeah, I get it, but just if they would just educate people, like, okay, when you get a credit card, get a low limit credit card. Get you $100, $200 credit limit. So if you do max it out, it's $200. You'll be all right. Like teach that, and then as you get more responsible, then you can, because you don't have to get a credit line increase if you don't want to. You can keep it at 200, but they don't educate that. And hey, you should start your credit early. Get you a little gift card. Just use it for gas. Just use it for groceries or something like that. Build your credit so down the line when your credit score is 820 or 780, you could get a low interest rate on a house, or you get a low interest rate on a car.
And that's the thing. I think nowadays it's like not a lot of people have 800 credit scores.
Oh, not at all. No.
Like people are lucky if they barely start hitting the 700s, because after you hit 700s, like you're fighting to get higher.
Right, right.
And if that was something that was taught early on, it wouldn't be an issue. Like I don't know. That's a very good question, I think.
Nate,
Well, my dad always told me that school was literally set up like how a job is. Like, you wake up 7 8 o'clock in the morning, and then you have lunch break around 2:30, 4:30, depending, because there's usually like A, B.
Right. Yeah.
Depending on how big the high school is, and you leave 4:30, or I don't know if y'all have like that early, part, whatever. But I left like class early. Because I might be the youngest one here, because I graduated 2020, and they still don't even teach us anything to this point.
That hurt me.
They teach us floral design instead of...
Really?
Yeah, instead of learning how to do taxes or anything. There is like my school had like this work class, and it was like, but mostly all the students joined it so they could leave like 2 classes early so they could go to their job, which was like McDonald's and stuff like that.
Right.
And like they would report and like write how many hours you worked every week, and like they would have to also get like their manager to sign the paperwork and all this other bullshit. But like instead of them like reporting their annual pay and stuff like that and showing them how to work their taxes, they could care less. But I feel like schools don't really care because I think they care more of like grades, if the students are passing, if they're passing the STAR test. I don't even know if it's called that anymore. And I feel like they put it more on the parents to teach us how to do that when they don't even teach us most of that.
At all. Mr. Nate?
I agree with where both of them are at.
I think it puts us to failure. Like,
yeah,
to
for
just
sure.
stick at one position.
I think the education system, well, I don't know about the private school education system because I wasn't in it, but the public school education system I feel like is literally designed to keep the masses at the bottom. So unless you learn financial literacy, or unless somebody teaches you, which is still learning, financial literacy, you are kind of like predestined to just remain at the bottom.
Right. Because you're not going to learn how to respect money. Yeah.
I was thinking about it, I think yesterday actually. You kind of have to, instead of working for money, you have to find a way to make money work for you.
Right.
So
it's like the foundation of investing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you can just sit back and do nothing instead of what we all are doing, waking up at whatever time and then going in and coming back home, do it again tomorrow. Do it.
Yeah.
and instead you can wake up, go to Bali today, and then go to fucking Iceland tomorrow, and then you still have money in your bank. Coming in.
Because you know how much you can afford to do
and you have,
certain things.
You have money working for you.
All right. And then just as to make sure people are listening, I do understand that there are options to take financial literacy and stuff in certain class, like financial planning. But the question is more on the sense of why don't they make it a part of the curriculum where you have to, like, we got to take certain credits of foreign language. Well, that's great. Like, why don't they just add, financial literacy classes? But anyway, on to the next question. Okay, now we're getting into more just like your personal questions. They're not as deep, I guess. But the last two, number 8. What are 3 different words that are the foundation of your life? Why each of you wake up every morning and you all do what you do. What are the 3 words, 3 adjectives that would describe the foundation of why you do what you do? Like your get up and go. Like why?
Damn.
You started. You had a week to prepare.
One is a tough one though.
This is hard.
I think my number 1 is just passion. I feel like I'm a passionate person. And passion, change. And by change, I mean like I want to change. Like I want to get to the point where I'm changing things in this country and potentially the world for the better. I want change. Passion, change, and just, I don't know, improvement. Every day. I want to get better every day. I think those are probably my 3. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I got y'all.
That's a tough ass question, bro. Damn, I wish this one would have been like prepared for.
I think I'm gonna say your improvement word. Not to like you said, be better, but improvement as in, like I said earlier, my biggest thing is I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
So improvement as in finding a better way to make money, or finding something that I'm better at to make me more successful than I already am, or can be. You know what I mean?
Right.
So improvement, that's a good one. I'm gonna say family. Can I?
Oh damn! Well, I sound like a douchebag. I didn't say family. Yeah, you can say family.
But I'm thinking family more along like, it's never just you. You're always, your mom needs something, you get it. Your brothers need something, you try to help. Like, it's never just me.
Right.
If it was just me, I mean, shit, everybody in the world would be rich. You know what I mean?
Right.
But number 3.
That's fair.
Damn. I got 2 so far. If anybody else wants to chime in, I'll try to think of my 3rd one.
Can love be one of them?
Of course.
I think being love is one of them. Like trying not to live in this world being empty and
Mm-hmm.
trying to love somebody and being better and trying to change how you view your point of view and
Right.
stuff like that. I think that's one of them for now.
What's a good word you can use for like? I'm just gonna describe it. So, of course, we all work in a shoe company. I like the feeling when I help that kid find something they've been looking for, you know, and instead of it going to like, we all know there's resellers in the
Right,
shoe.
right.
That kid gets it, and like I literally had a kid like jump up and down and start crying because he got like a panda, you know, like
Yeah.
those moments just make what I do worth
Leaving
it.
a mark.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like
There you go. Yeah.
leaving a mark.
That's a good one.
Not just like at work, but like my dad's dad, my grandpa, he was well known, and everybody knew his name. You know, he would go in places like, "Hey, Flaco, how's it going?" And I just always admired that. So I want to be able to have that kind of feeling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That was your 3rd one?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Did you come up with any yet?
I thought of one, and I mean it's kind of pulling from you guys though. Like, I'm not really too big on. Well, I used to be big on the get better every day, but I kind of thought about that as being like an unrealistic viewpoint of life. Because I mean,
What?
dude, 24 hours is too short of time to be able to get better every single day.
It only takes 1%. It takes 0.5%.
Every single day, there is, unfortunately, not.
Nate, think
not-
about how much better you've gotten since we first met you.
No, I'm not saying it's not. It's not every single day that you get better.
It's the effort, though. Some days you take a step back.
Okay, I guess fair enough. You can take a percentage, even if it's a decimal point of a percentage, to forward. I get it.
Mhm.
So technically, yeah, you can't get better every day. But I mean, I think of it more. I think of it more of like on a bigger scale kind of now.
Mhm.
So I've even thought about this recently, where I think about where I was 4 years ago. I thought about it with my best friend, my ex best friend. We were best friends for 10 years, and 4 years ago, it felt like so much longer. And then I was like, damn, it's only been 4 years since we stopped talking. And then I thought about it before that.
Mhm.
Just before that, I was like, it feels like it's been a long ass time since I've spoken to this
Right.
dude. So then I guess I think about it on more that kind of scale now.
Like macro.
Yeah, like how does my life change over a 5-year period of time? How does my life change over a 6-year period of time, over a 4-year period of time? Like I don't think even just months at a time. I think I try to think at it like where I am. It's like I said 4 years ago. Like why was I thinking specifically of 4 years ago? Where was I 4 years ago?
Mhm.
Very different place. Very different place. Very different place. Mentally, very different place. Physically, very different place. Financially, very different place. Yeah, mentally, I think it's probably the biggest. Oh man, completely different person. Completely different person 4 years ago. But I guess that's like kind of how I think about it.
Right.
But I can't think about anything else other than really just that one.
Yes, you can. Why do you get up every day? This one? Nate, I know you get up and you have a why. You want to start your own company?
I guess that's the other thing.
All right. Well, why do you want to start your own company?
Because I just want to be financially safe.
Right. You want to be
I
financially
don't
safe?
want to work for anybody else. Oh, I guess
Independence.
I guess fair enough.
Bam, we just found another one. Look at that.
I don't want to work for anybody else. I'm tired of working for other people.
Independence right there. You can think of financial independence or just independence. You don't have to work for nobody else. You only answer to you.
I guess I didn't have a word to be able to put to that though. I guess even though I felt like that,
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of.
So we got independence, macro improvement, right? Just on the macro level, right?
Yeah.
Did we count that?
What else? Ooh, I guess I'm gonna take from you.
Go ahead.
Family is
Okay, there you go.
specifically my baby sister,
There you go.
cause my dad is still a bum, despite having 4 kids, and being a bum for each and every single one of them. And he on the 5th one, and he's still a bum. So, for my baby sister's sake, I kind of try to
Show them, like,
show her like what a good guy is like.
right.
I don't like to call myself a good guy because that's like a very cliche kind of thing to be able to call yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But I consider myself to be a decent person. So,
Role model.
yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's a whole lot of better people in the world, but I guess from her perspective, yeah, that's what I kind of. Because even when I was up there, it's a girl, man. We were at the mall up there in Minnesota, and she said, I want to work at a shoe store like you. I was like, no, you don't. I was like, no, you don't, dude. Do something better, like design some shoes or some shit like that. And then I was like, you're already creative. You like to draw and shit. How about you design something? That would be so much cooler than what the hell I'm doing. So I guess that's kind of like where I try to be like for her. So that's why I'm taking family from you. So that's my 3.
All right. I mean, did you give 2 or 1?
I'll say happiness and independence. I'll take that from you.
Okay. Anything to add? Any honorable mentions? All right. We are down to the last question. Ooh.
Why'd you say she wanted to work at a shoe store?
I don't know. That's what she said.
It just popped out of nowhere.
I don't know what we doing.
I think that's just so random to say.
I think I literally asked her like, what do you want to be in the future? And she said, I don't know. I guess I want to do what you're doing. And then I was just like, no, you don't, bro.
She's got time to think about it.
And it's crazy because this girl's playing like hockey, and she's like getting in volleyball and softball. So it's like, dude, you want to sell shoes and you're getting into all these sports. How about you try to excel at the sports you're getting into?
Make sports
Be a
footwear.
natural athlete or something.
Yeah, get a
sport.
sponsorship.
Something like that. Hell yeah.
A sponsorship
Get a sponsorship
with Nike.
with the sport. Yes, like dude,
So
like
you'll be on the.
there's so much.
We're hearing so many ideas right now.
Isn't it crazy though how like
Yeah.
how small, how not I don't want to say small minded, but how small view a child's mind is though. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
act like you think selling shoes is,
Lit.
but I get it, but like it's like from our perspective, it's like this is regular ass shit. But she's like, that's what I want to do, at 9 years old.
She'll grow out of it.
But it's just interesting though. How I like think about it from a kid's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're her inspo.
That's what I guess I'm trying to do to a degree.
Who knows? She might maybe work at Shoe Pals, and next thing you know, it'll become like the CEO, CFO, COO, or
Shit,
something.
maybe.
You never know.
Shit will be all working under her.
There you go.
You're gonna be on the techie side.
I ain't gonna be a shoe pellet at that point, but
All right. Last question. What's the next steps for you in life? What's your next steps? You can think of it months down the road, years down the road, however you want to think about it. What's your next steps? What's the next? You're on level. Let's say you're on level 15. What's level 16 for you?
well, like I said, I like to think about it. I like to think about life on a macro scale, and I told myself within the next 7 years, I want my network security company to actually be like
Up and running,
yeah, not just up and running, but actually successful.
like dominant.
Yes.
Okay.
So
World domination.
within 7 years,
Yeah.
that's kind of my goal there.
I like that one.
I think in the next couple months, I'm gonna be trying to adjust to a new environment because I'll be moving.
Oh, the cat's out of the bag.
from San Antonio to a smaller town, which is Odessa, Texas, which is like major known for like the oil rigs and all that, which my dad's working at right now. So he's making so much money that it's better for him to just be staying over there and
Right.
be traveling back and forth. So we're gonna be putting up the house to sell pretty soon. So he'll probably be working at.
Is it the first public announcement?
Yo.
Oh, it's the first. We had the first public announcement. I'm flattered that you
I'll
did it on the
probably be working
cast.
at HEB curbside.
There you go.
What's her name? Just got a curbside job. Adeline.
Yeah, she just told me that I
Oh,
have
yeah.
to literally like work from the bottom to the top.
She said that. What did she say?
Oh,
That, like,
her hours are based on performance.
That's
Right.
What,
Yeah.
yeah. Based off if you're not doing no shit.
I mean, I'm used to it.
Yeah, that's
so
fair. That's
Oh
fair,
yeah,
that's fair.
yeah, you'll kill it.
I got my AM job in 4 months. So.
Oh yeah.
That is fair.
And then I heard that like you get like a bonus like every other month from.
HEB.
Mm-hmm.
From like hitting your numbers.
You started at what? 15?
15, 16, depending on your, I guess your background and shit.
I feel like you might be able to start up higher because you got
I
the
don't know.
AM the manager
Yeah,
experience.
This is my
Yeah.
first job too, so I don't know if HEB goes past that too.
Have you been a manager over a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you
I'll
probably
be
start.
2 now.
Oh, 2 years managerial experience. You can probably start a little higher than that.
And especially if you have like the
And then like Odessa pay is different from here too, because it's a smaller
cost of
town.
living.
Right.
Is it higher or cheaper?
Higher.
Higher.
I think starting pay over there is $10 to $12, and here's $7.25 to $8.
Right.
So it's
Ugh.
way different.
Ugh.
Isn't that sad?
That's
And
tough.
people complain about our pay.
They start at 10 to 12, you said?
Mm-hmm. Cause like maybe like 2 years ago when I was staying over there in Odessa when my dad was working, we were passing by I think it was not Chick-fil-A, churches. Starting pay was $12. Yeah, just barely
And that's
part-time.
that's pre-COVID, before they upped wages to get people to come back to work. Because McDonald's paying $60 an hour now for part-time. Because they're trying to get people to come back to work after COVID.
Yeah, like at McDonald's, janitors start you at like $14 overnight.
Crazy. But
I mean, I'll take that if I'm not talking to nobody.
Yeah, I guess you don't gotta deal with no customers.
Right,
$14
just
an hour.
cleaning.
just you got your music in,
Hell yeah.
just clean it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
The next step?
Next step, sir.
I don't really know what next step is. I just know that
It didn't have to be when it is, but just what do you hope or plan?
I want my next step to be something like I want to.
A house.
I mean, a house would be great, but I'm thinking more of like learning a new trade or
Like a skill?
a new skill to
Mhm.
help me reach the next level. You know what I mean?
Right, like something to prepare you for the next step.
Yeah,
kind
it
of
doesn't even
thing.
have to be with like the current job I'm doing now. Like, let's say I just learned something, you know, on the side that I'm like end up being really good at, and
Right.
help me like use what I'm doing now and what I learned and go
Put it
to
together.
somewhere
Right,
else and
right.
go to the next level. Like, I just want to learn a new skill.
Right. There you go.
To help me go to the next level.
That's a good one. For my next step is I want to be monetized across all platforms for the podcast. So I just started. So these y'all don't know, I had to revamp my entire social media and YouTube channel branding. So I actually used to have all my stuff on one channel. I have 6 YouTube channels now. I got like 3 Instagrams, 2 Twitters, 3, 4 TikToks. Like, I got all this stuff, and my plan is to be monetized across all my YouTubes, or the majority of them. Both my basically the fitness, the shoe game, and the podcast to be monetized on YouTube, and also be monetized on Spotify. So basically, just growing my social media presence across my different platforms to get monetized, and then with that, opening up the LLC, which should be opening up in probably the end of March. I should have it officially open as an LLC, and we'll be an official company brought to you by Ivy Productions, soon to be LLC. Yeah, just growing the business from there. So hoping by the time I graduate, I'll already have money just coming in on the side just to help me be a little more comfortable financially as I get into my career. All right. Anybody?
Is your energy drink book in that too?
Oh yeah. Oh, get published. There you go. That's the next step. I have one that it's taken me like a year and a half, but I think I'm gonna just get it published pretty soon. I'm gonna just proofread it and just spice it up. I'm gonna get that guy, and then I have another one that I'm working on. But I should have 2 books published pretty soon. But and that will also go under my umbrella of my production. So it'll be brought to you by Ivy Productions, soon to be LLC.
You just put one out recently, right? The one about.
It's not officially out.
Oh, the one about how you schedule your life, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called Undeniable. It's coming to you soon. And another one, I'm renaming it because right now it just says My Supplements, but we're gonna have to rename that. But anybody want to add anything before we sign off? No? We good? Alrighty.
That's bueno.
We appreciate you guys for watching Uncle Strib. This has been a fantastic episode. Go ahead. I should have said this at the beginning. Like, comment, subscribe, interact. I love all of it. I love you guys for watching. This has been brought to you by Ivy Productions, soon to be LLC. We'll catch you guys. This has been Uncle Strib. We are out. Oh my God.
I'm gonna chase my dream.